The episode opens with a flashback of how Misaki and Carol first met. Misaki used to be a gloomy, sullen, friendless child, but after met Carol, his life started to change. Misaki thinks of Carol as an actual angel when he first saw her. Wanting to be stronger, Misaki joins the Aizawa dojo run by Tomo's father. Although he thinks Misaki looks weak, he says he can tell there's more to him than he seems. The training then begins. Misaki doesn't seem to keep up with the training at all because of how hard the training is. Since Tomo's family believes in training in the extreme, they thrust Misaki right into his first match, having him take on Jun. Wanting Jun to take him seriously, Misaki tells Jun that if he wins this fight, do you think Tomo will actually acknowledge him a little? Hearing that makes Jun really angry. He stops holding back and starts to attack right away. Misaki manages to cut Jun's cheek with a barely missed punch before passing out from Jun's punch. Later Misaki wakes up in Tomo's bed. Tomo apologizes for how intense Jun was. She then asks Misaki, was he hoping to get stronger for Carol's sake? Misaki admits it, saying that he has always wanted to get stronger, so he can protect Carol, but when she needed him the most, he wasn't there for her. Tomo then tells Misaki, just because someone is better than you at one thing, doesn't make it right to reject everything about you. After all, there are many different kinds of strength. One day, after telling Carol that he would like to be the kind of man that Tomo will acknowledge, Carol asks Misaki how he feels about Tomo. He responds by saying that he thinks of her as a role model and hopes to be worthy enough to stand alongside her someday. Hearing that makes Carol really upset. At school, Carol asks Jun to hang out with her. Doesn't know what to do, Jun agrees. After hanging out at the park, for some reason, they end up in Jun's room. Jun starts to ask himself, why did this happen? Yes, I wonder why too. Realizing the situation, Jun asks Carol to leave. But she refuses. She then tells Jun that she likes someone, but the relationship does not seem to be going anyway. Jun is unsure of what this has to do with him, to which she responds that it is his fault and she would like it if he takes responsibility for his part. She come here to take out her frustration on Jun. Wanting to torture him, Carol leans over and kisses Jun's cheek. Jun begins to panic, which worsens as she straddles his waist. Scared, Jun tells Carol to stop. Carol, laugh. She asks him why he is so afraid of girls. She then jokes about how he must do the same thing with Tomo, and if he keeps that up, he'll lose Tomo forever. Jun immediately pushes Carol off and rushes to Tomo's place. As soon as he sees Tomo, Jun immediately hugs her, making Tomo blush. Jun thinks to himself that maybe Carol is right. But he still can't fully accept that Tomo is a girl because they haven't settled that man-to-man score yet. Carol suddenly appeals behind Jun, scaring him. She then apologizes to Tomo and Jun before leaving. Doesn't know why Carol apologizes, Tomo just smiles and says okay. The next day, Carol reveals to Misuzu the reason why she hangs out with Jun. It is to make Misaki jealous. Her plan seems to work because after she tells Misaki about it, he starts to panic. Misuzu begins to wonder how Misaki feels about Carol. She then confronts him and asks. Reluctantly, he admits that he is in love with her. Misuzu is not surprised to hear that, having already figured it out. She instead wonders why he won't admit his feelings to her and insists on ignoring hers. Misaki replies by saying that she's strong, unlike him. He has known her for a long time, but has never seen her in a weak state. She seems to be out of his reach. Hearing that, Misuzu tells him that she will help him see Carol in a vulnerable state. In class. To get Carol to show her vulnerable side, Misuzu lies and tells Carol she has no chance with Misaki and he doesn't even think of Carol as a girl. Carol gets so upset. She accuses Misuzu of being a liar before leaving school. Doesn't think it would affect Carol that much. Misuzu regrets her action. She immediately rushes to Misaki's class and tells him about the situation. Worry, Misaki goes to Carol's house to check on her, only to find her crying. He realizes then he's been seeing her as some goddess, as opposed to just another girl who gets lonely easily, and goes to apologize. Before he can finish, Carol attacks him saying why did he come here? He manages to calm Carol down a little bit after explaining the situation to her. Seeing this as a perfect opportunity for him, Misaki confesses his feeling to Carol, making her really happy. She confesses her feeling back, before leaning in to kiss him, only to get interrupted by her mother. The episode ended with Carol coming to school the next day, wearing a bunny head, scaring Misuzu. She thinks that Carol is still mad at her and wants to take revenge. But to her surprise, Carol just wants to kiss her and thank her for what happened. If you come this far, please consider liking and subscribing for more videos like this. Thank